As we welcome in our pal Joe Convertino Jr. from CH Insurance for our first Cup of Joe for the calendar year. Happy New Year, Joe.
Happy New Year, Gomez. Man, where did the year go?
It's, and we were just chatting briefly off the air and offline real quick there, but everything your parents said about time is true. It's just like,
it is.
What happened to that year?
I know. Hey, speaking of parents, Gomez, Senior had a ball 3 weeks ago in studio. How do you think he did?
I think
Joe
he did.
Senior.
I think Joe Senior did great. You know what? And here's the one thing. And this is going back to a line that we keep saying about Jerry Seinfeld, because he said,
Right.
about getting older, and he said, as far as turning 60, even he said the best thing about turning 60 is you can say no to people without explaining anything.
Yes.
So, it's like, hey, Joe, do you want to go? Nope.
That's funny, but we had a good time. So thank you for having us for that last year of the Cup of Joe.
That was very cool. And I hadn't met your dad yet, so it was nice to meet him. But it's great, and again, just brief history of the business of CH Insurance. It goes back to when?
22 years. So he started it 22 years ago from a bigger agency, and then, we've obviously just built it up. So it's been good. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
What about our Cuse game last night?
Here's the deal with the game last night, Joe, because it was an 8 p.m. tip. So I watched.
You were tired.
I was tired, so I went to bed, and I thought they were, playing really well in the first half, comfortably in the lead. At one point, like with a minute left, they were ahead by 18, I want to say. So I went to bed.
Right.
It's like, all right, I got to, I go to bed.
They're going to win.
They're going to win.
You need your sleep.
Sure, I get up early because then I would come in and grab some, sound clips from exciting moments from the game and the coach's post-game press conference. But then I got up, and I guess on the plus side, it saved me a lot of extra work.
Right. No, it was tough. We had a lot of turnovers. We made a lot of threes, but you can't have. I believe we had 19 turnovers that turned into 25 points for Miami.
Yeah.
No one's going to win. So,
nope.
Hey, you're going to have. Hopefully, you don't have a tough time as your Coach Boeheim show tonight.
No, you know what? Because there's the semester hasn't started yet. So rather than fly back from Miami and then fly back to North Carolina for the Wake Forest game, they're just going right to North Carolina. So no coach's show tonight. Thanks for reminding me of that, Joe. At the Carrabba's, it'll be
good.
It'll probably better.
Good. Yeah, you're right, because it would have been a tough one.
Yeah. Anyway, well, you know what? They're 500, 7-7 in one. It's a cliche, one game at a time, but that's true.
One game at a time. I agree.
That would have been a nice one to sneak away with. Well, in the new year, Joe, what are we looking at here? Now, are there anything? Sometimes there are new laws or rules that go into effect on January 1st. Are there any, or that you're aware of, that might affect people? And in the second part of that would be, what would be some New Year's resolutions for your company and what people should be doing?
Yeah, for legislation, there's a couple issues on the table with workers' comp, with modifications and experience that could change towards the end of the year. But all in all, nothing major. Flood policy similar. They're looking at mapping and zoning in that standpoint, but nothing really earth-shattering from legislation. But I kind of have some fun, and I wrote some notes for some insurance resolutions for our listeners out there for 2022, Gomez.
Okay.
And this applies to you too, buddy, for, your own home and auto. We just want to make sure on the personal insurance side, do all of our listeners out there have the right agent, right? Or are they using an 800 number to buy their insurance? No one wants to use an 800 number. You need an agent, like a CH Insurance that's friendly, going to help you and compare your policies, right? The other thing, do you have the proper discounts on your auto at home for your family? There's a lot of different discounts out there. You and I talk about during the year, water backup. Do people have water backup on their policies, right? This is the year to check. We experienced tremendous issues last year with flooding and rain. Make sure you have the proper coverage. And lastly, on the personal side, do you have an umbrella, right? An excess liability coverage that's very inexpensive, couple $100 to come over your family from a liability standpoint. So that's the personal stuff. And real quick, as a business owner or small businesses or all types of businesses across there, New York State or Central New York. Again, do you have the right trusted advisor to help you through the maze, right? Commercial insurance is different, a lot of different issues. Again, it shows you options in different coverage with premiums. Do they have cyber insurance? This is the year to look at data breach in cyber. Commercial, same thing with flooding. Take a look and make sure you're flooding. And the one thing we want to know for our listeners out there, do you volunteer or serve on an outside board? If you do, there's something called directors and officers insurance. Just like you, Gomez, at OCC up there. They have coverage for you, right, if something were to happen.
That's
so
true.
Great time to just take a peek at everything, pull the drawer back with insurance, open it up, and have a review in 2022. And we'd love to help at CH if anyone needs help.
Hey, Joe, we're on QSportsTalk.com as well when we're talking to you here on the phone. And on the video side, we always put up like a little picture of somebody's on the phone. In this case, you're on the phone with us and not in studio, so people can see. And a comment here, Edna is watching, says, you look like Gary Gate, the SU lacrosse coach.
I look like Gary Gate. He's a little bigger than me and muscular.
But it's a good picture. We'll try to do a little side-by-side here.
Oh, God. All right. I think I may have more gray hair, though, Gomez.
Maybe, I saw Gary in the fall, and he's catching up.
He's catching up. But no, we wish them well. I think they open up in early February. So hope Cuse Lacrosse gets us back to the promised land.
Hey, Joe, great to get caught up here in the new year. Our first cup of Joe. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
You got it, Gomez. Thank you. Have a great day and week.